Welcome to the European Association for Higher Education Advancement's YouTube and podcast channel. Ever feel like constantly broke, like payday feels ages away and your wallet's thinner than a pancake?
Oh, yeah.
We're diving into a European Association for Higher Education Advancement blog post that might just have the answer. Saving money as a teenager.
Saving money as a teenager, it might not sound like the most thrilling topic, but trust me, this isn't just about dusty piggy banks. The EAA makes a fantastic point about building a foundation for the future you want. And that, my friend, is where things get exciting.
It's like they're saying, instead of wishing you had money for that concert ticket or that new game, you could actually make it happen.
Right.
But how do you even start?
Well, think about it this way. Learning to save is kind of like learning a new language or instrument.
Okay.
The earlier you start, the easier it is to pick up. The EAAA really emphasizes that the teenage years are prime time for forming these good habits.
So we're talking about setting ourselves up for success later on.
Yeah.
Not just for next week, but for life after graduation, for travel, for whatever awesome goals you have brewing.
Exactly. And it's not about never having fun or missing out on things.
Right.
It's about having choices. Let's say you want to study abroad.
Okay.
Or maybe you need to replace your laptop suddenly.
Yeah.
Having savings gives you the flexibility to handle those situations without major stress.
That's where this idea of a financial cushion comes in.
Right.
It's the EAAA talks about. It's like having a safety net
Yes.
for those unexpected costs or emergencies. I remember when my phone completely died right before a big trip. I was so thankful I had some savings tucked away because, let's face it, buying a new phone can be a real budget buster.
Absolutely. That peace of mind is priceless.
Yeah.
But it's not just about emergencies. It's also about having the freedom to pursue your passions and dreams. The EAA highlights how saving can be a stepping stone to achieving those big goals, whether it's buying a car, going to college, or even starting your own business.
Okay, that's definitely more exciting than just picturing a pile of coins.
Yeah.
But how do we actually make this saving thing happen? The EAEA breaks down some practical tactics,
Okay.
starting with budgeting.
And before you roll your eyes thinking about complicated spreadsheets, let me assure you, it doesn't have to be that intense. Even just tracking your spending for a week can be incredibly eye-opening.
Right. You might be surprised where your money is actually going.
Yeah.
Like maybe those daily trips to the coffee shop are adding up more than you realize. The EAA's next tip is all about being mindful of those little expenses and seeing where you can cut back.
Exactly. It's not about deprivation. It's about making smarter choices.
Okay.
Think about it. If you swap that daily fancy latte for a coffee made at home a few times a week, that's money you could be putting towards something you really want.
And if you're really serious about reaching those savings goals faster, the EAEA also suggests finding ways to earn more. Side hustles are huge right now, and they mention doing odd jobs, but I think it's all about getting creative.
What unique skills or talents do you have that you could offer? Maybe you're great at photography, tutoring, or creating social media content.
Yeah.
There are so many possibilities out there.
It's like turning your passion into profit. Okay, so we've got budgeting, cutting back, and earning more. But the EAEA also emphasizes the importance of consistently putting aside a portion of whatever you earn.
Even if it's a small amount, like $5 or $10 a week, that consistency is key.
Okay.
Think of it like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger you get.
So we're building our financial fitness one small step at a time. The EAA mainly focuses on the basics. What about taking things to the next level?
That's a great question. While the EAA lays a solid foundation, there's so much more to explore in the world of personal finance. We've talked about saving.
Right.
But what about investing? How do you choose the right savings account? And what's the deal with interest rates anyway?
Okay, those are definitely things I need to learn more about. It's like we've just scratched the surface here. But that's what makes this whole journey so interesting.
Absolutely. There's always something new to learn.
Right.
And the more knowledge you have, the better equipped you'll be to make smart financial decisions and achieve your goals. It's like leveling up your financial skills. Speaking of those practical tactics from the EAHEA, I'm really curious about budgeting. You mentioned it doesn't have to be complex, but what are some easy ways for teens to actually track their spending?
Oh, good question. I think technology is a huge help here.
Yeah.
There are tons of budgeting apps out there.
Yeah.
Designed specifically for teens, which is pretty cool.
Right. They can connect to your bank account and automatically categorize your spending.
Yeah.
So you can see exactly where your money's going without having to write everything down in a notebook.
Some of them even have features for setting savings goals
Yeah.
and tracking your progress.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a personal finance assistant right in your pocket.
Talk about convenient. But let's be real. Budgeting can sometimes feel restrictive,
Yeah.
especially when you're a teenager and want to enjoy the moment.
Right.
How do you find that balance between saving for the future and still having fun?
That's where the EA's idea of mindful spending comes in.
Okay.
It's not about saying no to everything fun, but about being more intentional with your choices.
Uh-huh.
Like, instead of buying a coffee every single day, maybe treat yourself once or twice a week and make your own at home the rest of the time.
Exactly. You still get to enjoy your coffee,
Right.
but you're also saving money. And those savings can add up to something bigger,
Yeah.
like that concert ticket you've been eyeing,
Yeah.
or a contribution to your dream vacation fund.
Or even just having that extra cash to go out with friends without stressing about being broke.
Right.
And speaking of earning more, the EAA talks about side hustles,
Yeah.
besides the usual odd jobs.
Yeah.
What are some creative ways for teenagers to earn money these days?
Think about your skills and passions. Are you good at photography? Offer to take senior portraits or family photos for people in your neighborhood.
Okay.
Love animals? Dog walking or pet sitting can be a great way to earn extra cash.
Or if you're tech savvy, maybe you can help people set up their computers or troubleshoot tech issues.
Uh-huh.
The gig economy is full of possibilities.
It's all about being resourceful and finding a niche. Now let's circle back to the EAE's emphasis on saving a portion of your income consistently.
Okay.
Any tips for making this a habit that actually sticks?
I think automating your savings can be super helpful.
Yeah.
Set up a recurring transfer from your checking account to your savings account each month, maybe even right after you get paid.
That's the pay yourself first principle in action. You're prioritizing your savings before you even have a chance to spend the money.
Exactly. And even if it's just a small amount,
Yeah.
those consistent contributions really add up over time,
Yeah.
especially with the magic of compound interest.
Compound interest. It's like a snowball effect for your savings.
Yeah.
Speaking of savings.
You mentioned different types of accounts earlier. Aren't all savings accounts the same?
Not necessarily. Some offer higher interest rates than others. So it's definitely worth doing a bit of research to find the best option for you.
Okay.
And as you get older and more comfortable with the idea of risk, you might even consider exploring things like high-yield savings accounts
Right.
or even investments like index funds.
That's where things can get a little more complex,
Right.
but it's also where the potential for growth really starts to open up. Remember, learning about personal finance is an ongoing journey.
It's like leveling up, right?
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground today,
Yeah.
from basic saving strategies to some more advanced concepts. But I think the main takeaway here is that saving money isn't just about hoarding cash. It's about giving yourself choices and building a foundation for the future you want.
Absolutely. It's about feeling empowered to achieve your goals, big or small.
And it all starts with taking that first step, whether it's setting a savings goal, downloading a budgeting app, or brainstorming side hustle ideas.
Yeah.
Any action you take is a step in the right direction.
Right.
And hey, what stood out to you the most from today's deep dive? What are you going to put into practice in your own life?
We'd love to hear your thoughts, share your comments and questions below, and if you have any tips or tricks that have worked for you, share those too.
We can all learn from each other
Right.
and build a community of savvy savers.
Exactly. Building a strong financial future is a team effort. And speaking of teams,
Yeah.
I think the EAHA deserves a round of applause
Okay.
for putting together such a clear and actionable guide for young people.
Totally. It's awesome to see an organization
Oh.
dedicated to empowering the next generation with financial knowledge.
Yeah.
It's like they're planting seeds for a brighter future.
What's fascinating here is how the EAHA's focus on teens highlights something really important. Financial literacy should be taught early on. It shouldn't be something we're left to figure out on our own as adults.
It's true. Imagine if we approached math or science that way. We'd be in big trouble.
Right.
So why treat money any differently?
Exactly. By equipping young people with the tools and knowledge they need to manage their finances, we're setting them up for success in all areas of their lives.
Let's be real. Money matters impact everything,
Yes.
from our education and career choices to our relationships and overall well-being.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, financial literacy empowers people to make informed decisions, achieve their goals, and build a more secure future for themselves and their families.
It's about breaking those cycles of financial stress
Yeah.
and creating a more equitable society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive.
Well said.
Hmm.
And the EAHE is playing a vital role in making that vision a reality.
So to wrap things up, I think the biggest takeaway from this deep dive is that saving money isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about creating a life of freedom
Choice.
and opportunity.
And remember, it's never too early to start. Even small, consistent steps can make a huge difference over time.
So to all our listeners out there, no matter what age you are, take those first steps today. Set a savings goal. Track your spending. Explore a side hustle. Or learn more about investing. Your future self will thank you.
And don't forget to check out the EHEA for more valuable resources and insights.
Please don't forget to follow the European Association for Higher Education Advancement on YouTube and social media.